world of YouTube, Dahlia and Sparkles here. It's peanut butter and jelly time. And by that I mean the new Too Faced eyeshadow collection palette is out and it is gorgeous. Just get a little bit of a look-see at these colors. Now I would have incorporated the super hot purple up there, but I wanted to keep it something more wearable, even though this is not a super wearable look. This is my I'm going out because I want to look fierce today, or I got some business to take care of kind of look. I don't know, I just really love it. It smells like peanut butter and jelly, and growing up as a really picky eater, I only liked one of 3 meals. Peanut butter and jelly was like the #1, and it's still a comfort food near and dear to my heart today. So without further ado, I will show you how to use this palette with this makeup look. With a freshly washed and moisturized face, I go in with some chapstick, and then I'm going to go in with these 3 colors, Spread the Love, Peanut Butter, and Nuts About You. To prime my eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Eye Potion Primer, and I love the applicator. It applies very easily to the lids, does anti-creasing, and makes the eyeshadow pigment stand out very well. I went all over the lids with the Spread the Love to even the playing field, and then I'm going in with the Peanut Butter shade to start defining where I want my crease. This is just the start of the process, so I start at the outer corner and work my way up. And it got a little patchy on that eye, but don't worry, I just apply a little more product, and then I'm going to be blending it out with my Sephora blending brush, which I love so much. By the way, that first brush was a Bubby pencil brush. Throughout this video, I will be wiping off these brushes multiple times on just a piece of Kleenex to get off excess product. Back with that pencil brush, I'm going with the darker, more red Nuts About You color. It looks a little crazy, I know, but it will create this awesome underlying base for this eye look. Now I'm blending it back in. You almost always use upward swirly motions when I'm blending in my shadows. And here I wanted to keep the colors lower as we started to the crease before blending the colors upward because we don't want to look crazy. Oh, but the smell is crazy. It smells like peanut butter and jelly. I'm not kidding. With this Peanut Buttercup shade, I'm putting this color with the pencil brush directly where I want the pigment to be the darkest in the crease, which is the outer corner and just underneath the peak of my eyebrow, but in the crease. So this is just applying the product, and then I'm blending it, starting and keeping the blending focused on the outer corner, and then I blend it towards the inner corner with sweeping motions. This will keep the majority of the product towards the outer corner, and then it will incorporate it into the inner corner. Then I noticed I had a little bit of a mishap on that eye and I needed to add some more product, and I blended that in. Now I realized there's going to be a lot of fallout here, so just to keep maintenance on it, I'm using a powder brush to wipe it off. The Jammin' color, I love this color. This is a very dark, sparkly purple. It's gorgeous. So I'm applying it very low beneath my crease, but still underneath my crease, like directly underneath my crease, because I'm going to blend upward with it. And I'm just dragging the product that I applied with the pencil brush upward. I'm not adding any more here. And I'm defining that corner, that outer corner. And then I'm blending those colors together. Yes, yes, yes. And I believe I'm about to go in here with even more of that Jammin' color just to make it even more depth. And like before, I apply the product below the crease line just a little bit and then blend it up towards the crease line. Getting off the excess powder as we go. Yes, this looks crazy, I realize. So, applying the Nuts About You shade, I start at the outer corner of the eye and I go upwards just a little bit on that upper outer corner. And then I get off more of that color. Now I'm going with these 2 colors, the Peanut Brittle first with the MAC Fix Plus, and there's a lot of fallout there, so I wet the brush even more. This is a flat top brush, and I'm applying it towards the center of my eyeball, and then going to the outer corner and the inner corner of the lid. Now I'm doing a patting motion with where I'm applying it, but once I get up towards the crease where I want to define the crease, I use a sweeping motion. This will keep the product, the dark crease product, from getting onto the bright lid. I love this copper color though with the Max Fix Plus. It's amazing. Now I'm going in with Bananas. This is a very yellow golden color, so I put a bit of Fix Plus on it, and then I went in again with it here as a loose powder over top. And because it looked a bit choppy, I wanted to blend it. So I blended it by itself, and then I wiped the brush off and then blended, going back and forth on the crease. Then I decided to get rid of all of that excess fallout by using a makeup wipe. And then because when you do that, it creates harsh lines, I used my blending brush without any product on it just to mellow it out. And then I added a little bit of the peanut butter shade and a little bit of the Nuts About You shade to create that cat eye, smoky cat eye look. Now I'm using my Maybelline gel liner in black with the brush that it came with. I ended up liking that brush the best, even though in a second here I picked up my Bubby detail brush. For some reason, the brush that came with actually worked even better than this brush. Whew, this is a process. Now I'm going in with a wonderful eyeshadow, the Kathleen Lights ColourPop Color in Kathleen Lights, and I'm not worrying about getting this on my eyeliner because I'm going to go back over my eyeliner later. You know what I'm saying? So now it's time for mascara and falsies. This mascara is the Jose Marin Black Oil Argan Oil Mascara. Love it. Then I'm using an eyebrow brush to separate the lashes. Then I'm applying eyelashes with the Duo Eyelash Glue. These lashes are awesome. Yas, I'm excited about it. I love this. This is really cool for me. So I'm applying it with tweezers, and then I'm going back in with the gel eyeliner to define that wing. After I've applied the falsies and that extra glitter, we want to make things look nice and crisp. Now to start back in with the face, we're not done with the eyes, but I'm going in the face. This is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. It's very smoothing and creates a nice base for any foundation. I'm going with my Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation in the shade G30. I had applied self-tanner just before this, and I was in the process of developing, so I didn't want to add the beauty blender or the beauty oil that I normally use. That's the M439 brush, by the way. I love this blending brush. But I didn't use my Blissful Body blending oil, I'm going to call it that, beauty oil, with this foundation this time because I didn't want that oil to interact with the process development of the self-tanner. Whew, that was a long sentence. But anyway, this is a full coverage look anyway, so Dolly here has decided to just go full out with this and blend that shade all over the face. Blend in that foundation, yes. And then I used my dampened Real Techniques sponge to get off any excess product. But because it's such a thick foundation, it's amazing and it stays flawless forever. Now I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealers in 15 Fair and Light 10. I'm starting with just concealing the dark circles because I have some intense dark circles. So I'm using the 15 Fair and getting it as where the darkest color is. Then I'm using this yet more yellow shade to counteract the gray purple color that is my under eyes. And I put it also on the rest of my face where I want it to conceal anything. Then I'm going back in with that 15 to do the highlighting portion of the concealer application. And I'm putting that in the traditional areas, which is below where your direct under eye is, so it doesn't look funky, because you want to have dimension to your face. And then I put it on my nose, chin, and forehead, because these areas, it will make them stand out, appear more forward, and the rest of the face will look more back, which anyway, it creates dimension, long story short. Real Techniques sponge is amazing. Love it more than the Beauty Blender, have to say. This is a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light Plus. I'm baking here, by the way, so I'm going to let this sit underneath my eyes. I'm using the Morphe M438 brush. Yes, I'm baking. Now I'm going in with the Bubby powder brush and applying the Maybelline Fit Me 310 powder very, very lightly over the rest of my face. Now I'm applying the L'Oreal True Match in C8. It's a very cool tone color, and I'm using this for contouring. To contour, I look directly at myself in the mirror and I just accentuate where my actual face contour is, which is below my cheekbone. Then I'm applying it to my forehead and underneath my jawline. I'm applying it in the typical 3 areas, but I'm also applying it to the sides of my nose to add more dimension to my face. And then I'm blending it in with my favorite face blending brush by Sephora. This is the 59 brush. I think it's from their professional line. I'm not 100% sure. But I also do make sure that I drag the product into my hairline to make it look nice. Now, eyebrows. This pulls things together more. To see how I'm doing that, that's how I'm determining where I want my brows to, as far as I want them to come in. Because you don't want them too close and you don't want them too far apart. Now I use very, very, very small strokes, very light application, so I keep my hand far away when I'm doing my brows. Then I'm using a spool hand to distribute the product nicely through my brows, and then to set it, I'm using my Maybelline Drama gel in Blonde, and I'm applying that to my brows, getting those suckers to stay in place, because my brows like to do their own thing. They really like to have their own little party and go in their own little separate ways, so this keeps them nice and tidy. And then to finalize where I want them, I use the spoolie end of the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown again, but I'm just the spoolie end. Now, I'm using this extra creamy shade from the palette under the very point of my eyebrow, and then I drag the color towards the outer corner and then towards the inner corner. And I do this on both eyes, obviously, and I love how it just creates even more depth to the eyes. And I'm blending this out, obviously. I've cleaned the brush off, and then I wanted more definition on the outer part of my brow bone, my occipital bone, I believe that's what it's called. So I added more of the extra creamy powder and blended it further. Now, because I wanted to have it, the transition between the white to the crease be a little softer, I used that Spread the Love shade in between the extra creamy and where my crease is. This is the original Chocolate Bar palette, and I love this highlighter. I'm using that on my inner corner. So we're going back with the eyes, obviously, here. So that goes on the inner corners. And then I'm going to go in with the Peanut Butter and the Peanut Butter Cup shade on my lower lash line. I'm applying the peanut butter color first, and I start at the outer part of my eye and work towards the inner corner of my eye. I'm using a very dense brush here. This is actually from Lancome, and it's an angled brush, which helps with the application in this particular case. And I'm going alongside the underside of my wing here, because it makes the wing not look so on its own. It makes it look more complete. It finishes the look. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I keep the Peanut Butter Cup color on more underneath the wing, but I do drag it towards the inner corner. And what you're seeing here is that pencil brush again, using to blend the colors and make it look nice. I do want it to be a gradient effect from the tip of the wing towards the inner corner of my eye, from darker to lighter. Then I'm using a big fluffy brush to lightly blend that. Ugh, blending is tough work. Now, I'm wiping off that excess powder with my M438 brush from Morphe, because we don't need extra powder. That was what I was baking there, you know. And I say that a lot, don't I? I'm getting it also off the excess on my nose and chin, because I had set that as well by baking. I put the white eyeliner underneath my eyes to make my eyes pop, and then I went in with just a little bit more brown from that original Too Faced palette. Now I'm using this waterproof mascara on my lower lash line because we don't want it to get shimmery. Then I'm separating the lashes, and I'm going in with my all-time favorite bronzer, which is new to me. I used to love the Physician Formulas one, but this is the Milani Baked Bronzer in 05 Soleil. This bronzer, ugh, I love it. So I apply this to my middle of my forehead, my temples, my cheeks, and then I also apply it to the apples of my cheeks and sometimes even the tip of my nose, because these are the areas of your face that naturally get sun-kissed by the sun, which makes it look very nice. Now this is my favorite blush. I love this blush from Lancome. I can also use it as a contour when I'm very fair. It has a subtle rose color to it. It's wonderful. I'm getting the excess product off there, and then I'm making sure I drag any excess powder into my hairline so that it creates a seamless finish. Back with that M438 brush, I'm using that same highlight that I used on my inner corner to do the highlight on my cheeks. To figure out where I want it, I just look where the light's hitting my cheeks, and that's where I apply the highlighter. Blend it in with the M438 brush and then the 59 brush, and then I wipe off any excess powder by gently going over with that Bubby blending powder brush. Now, lips. I love this combination. This lip liner is from NYX. It's called Nectar. So I apply that, and it has the same kind of color spectrum as the eyes. Filling in my lips completely, I go in with the Sephora Oil Infusion Lip Gloss. It's like a liquid lip gloss lipstick, but it's not. It's more of a lip gloss. Anyway, I really like it. I apply it. Now, the buxom full-on lip cream in Cœur Royal. I actually really like that drink, by the way. I'm over 21, BTW. This color, it's just great. So I apply it to the inner parts of my lips to create a gradient ombre effect. I smoke my lips together there, and yes, that's how I'm applying it. Just kind of, I could have blended it a little bit better. Spraying, and then we're finished, guys. Here it is, complete look.
We're like bones cemented in sediment. I shut my eyes to find the sentiment. Like bones cemented in sediment.
My battery stopped for the second time. Oh, hello, train.